Welcome to another episode of Clearing Out My Backlog, the series where I go through my entire catalog of games and try to complete, beat, or sink a lot of hours into games that I've never even touched before or I haven't completed. And in this episode, we're going under, but not to Australia. That entire continent is a freak of nature. It is an anomaly. But we are playing the game Going Under, which is a game that is as fun as it is quirky. It is as endearing as it is quick-witted, and while there is some noticeable jank and clunkiness, I do think that this is overall a good time. In Going Under, you play as Jacqueline, a hot-blooded intern who's excited to work for a startup and acquire the position that she's went through 4 years of college for. When she gets to this company, she realizes everything isn't sparkles and sunshine. In fact, she realizes that it's a lot more exploitation and a lot more dungeon exploration. Jackie, as an intern, she is tasked to go to the other startup companies and sabotage them from the ground up. And this is where the gameplay element comes in. Going Under is a roguelike, and it's a roguelike where anything can be a weapon. Anything in the office space can be a weapon. Have you ever played that browser game, Kill Your Boss? It's like that, but it's a lot more cute and a lot less gory because whoever made that game clearly has some things they need to work out. So as you're kind of dungeon exploring, as you're roguelike, you have your usual, you have all of your abilities, you have several monster types, several locales, and several types of weapons. But the reason why you play roguelikes is because of the perks. What are the things that you're going to get in a run that is going to make your run unique and offer you certain progress? What's the build that you're looking for? And things will get pretty quirky here. From things going from making you and your weapon big to making anything you throw on fire, or you can look at someone with a smoldering intensity and all of a sudden they just ignite. I think one of the best parts about this game is the music. The songs really match the vibes of the dungeons. For example, Winky Dink, which I can only call the horniest version of Tinder possible. It has this very kind of sexy groove that just kind of hums and like makes you bob your head while you're going through it. It's genuinely a lot of fun. When it comes down to the clunkiness, while the combat is like kind of hectic and you're just swinging and finding these random items, I think the clunk becomes most apparent when you're doing 1v1 kind of engagements, because the game does have a lock-on button similar to like Ocarina of Time. But imagine if Ocarina of Time's like lock-on system allowed for your dodges, like your sidestepping, like your side steps and your backflips and backsteps, to be dog shit. Like it doesn't feel right doing them, but it feels like, but they do work and they do pay off. It just looks weird. It doesn't feel super responsive. Originally, I had a segment about the game's story, which I think is really great, but that segment turned into a 20-minute rant about why capitalism is bad and why corporations suck and drain the life out of everyone who works for them. And this game gets to that really good. It's really good. So if you've ever worked for a company, if you've ever worked a job where you felt underappreciated and your only purpose at the end of the day was to serve the job, this game will relate to you in a way that is comical but also very touching in regards to your employment and in regards to your employment, while keeping your moral integrity to not end up like our CEOs and our managers and supervisors and the higher ups who are all just pieces of shit, really. But at the end of the day, my enjoyment with this was, I had a lot of fun. I can get at around 14 hours. This is a good time, and there still is an entire game mode that I haven't gone through, which is called Imposter Mode, where you're playing as like the evil version of the main character. So, there's more playtime in that. You can easily get 20 hours out of this, and the game can be purchased for $20. I'm sure if you have like any CD key purchasing sites, G2A, Kingwin, CD keys, whatever, you could probably find it for cheaper. But support the developers because they're indie, and we should support our indie devs as much as possible because they are the backbones of the gaming industry. Definitely in between a 7 or 8. Definitely really fun. Go check it out. I like it. You should like it. And if you don't like it, I'm going to ban you.